Do you know France executed its own black soldiers for asking to be paid? Not during the war, but after they won it? During World War II, thousands of African soldiers fought for France. They were recruited from across West and Central Africa and placed into colonial regiments often called the Thiaroye Senegalais, though many were not Senegalese at all. They wore French uniforms. They carried French weapons. They fought and died for a country that was not their own. They defended France when France was occupied. They fought in Europe. They endured cold, hunger, and combat far from home. Many were captured by German forces and survived brutal prisoner of war camps. Many watched fellow soldiers die. When the war ended, they believed they were returning as veterans. Instead, they were transported to a military camp near Dakar, Senegal, a place called Thiaroye. There, they waited for what they had been promised. Back for years of service. Bonuses equal to white French soldiers. Recognition as veterans of a war they had helped win. But when payment was calculated, France changed the terms. Wages were reduced. Bonuses were canceled. Colonial soldiers were told their service was worth less. The men protested. They did not attack. They did not revolt. They asked questions. They asked for the money they were owed. France labeled this mutiny. On December 1st, 1944, French forces surrounded the Thiaroye camp. Vehicles were positioned. Machine guns were aimed at unarmed soldiers. At dawn, French troops opened fire. African soldiers, still wearing French uniforms, were shot inside the camp. Some were killed instantly. Others were wounded and left to die. Some were hunted as they tried to escape. The official death toll was deliberately minimized. Witnesses said the number was far higher. Survivors were arrested. Some were imprisoned. Others were silenced. France buried the story. Military records were sealed. Textbooks stayed quiet. The massacre was reframed as discipline, not murder. France celebrated liberation from Nazi occupation, but it did not honor the Africans who helped secure it. For decades, these men were remembered not as veterans, but as troublemakers. This is not just a story about war. It is a story about value, about how loyalty is treated when it comes from black bodies, about how victory does not protect you when power decides your life is cheaper. They survived the battlefield. They survived captivity. They did not survive asking to be paid. And Thiaroye leaves behind a question that still matters today. If this is how a nation treats those who fight for it, what does victory really mean? Not every hero makes it into textbooks.
GRND